So, good day everyone, especially to our subject teacher, Sir Earl Joseph Ernyo. So, our topic is all about strategies in masonry. So, before we start, we will have a short review about masonry. So, according to the previous group, which is group 3, masonry is all about stone construction. So, masonry used units, which is bricks, concrete blocks, stone, limestone, and mortars. So when we talk about historical masonry, kaya nga ito tinatawag na one of the oldest building techniques used in the pyramid. So, ginagamit nga siya noong unang panahon sa pyramid, no? Tsaka dito din sa Roman arches and medieval cathedrals. So, until now nakatayo pa rin sa sobrang tibay ng materials na ginagamit, which is stone and limestone. So, yun nga, pinagdidikit sila ng mortars. So, back to our topic, strategies and masonry. So, strategies from the Greek word strategia. Strategia means art of the general. So, bakit natin na umabot sa general? May barilan ba dito? May mangyayari ba kasi may general? At kidding aside, kaya nga art of a general kasi dito nila ginagawa yung mga plano, method, kung paano nila gagawin yung gusto nilang gawin. So, in masonry, masonry is from the old French. Masonry means stoneworks or stone construction. So, pag strategies in masonry, method or plan in masonry, and or method or plans in stone construction. So, dito pumapasok si foundation and new construction. So, pag foundation, pundasyon, new construction, dito nga is mag-start na yung construction. Dito na pumapasok yung sinabi ko kanina, ang strategy. So, ano nga ba yung mga strategy na gagawin nila dito sa new construction? The first is material selection. Pag new construction, mga foundation pa lang yung itatayo, meron na talaga tayong material selection. Dito sa masonry, ang unang talaga nilang tinitignan yung unit types. Ano ba yung mga units natin? Nandyan si bricks, si concrete block, and stone. Dito naman sa bricks, dapat pinipili natin yung matitibay, strong, and syempre aesthetic yan si bricks. Siya yung nagpapaganda, no? And pero slower to install. Matagal nga siyang ikabit kasi nga pag ikakabit mo siya is kailangan talagang maingat ka. And andyan si concrete blocks. Economical siya, but di siya masyadong maganda. Kumbaga, hindi siya attractive or less decorative. So, andyan si stone. Pag stone, talaga is timelines, appearance. Pero durable naman yung stone. The next selection is mortar composition. So, pag mortar composition, choose proper cement, lime, sand. Uh, so, for strength and adhesion. So, kailangan naman talaga is effective yung pagpili natin sa gagamitin nating mortar. So dapat may sapat siyang tibay para mapapanatiling magkadikit yung mga units na gagamitin natin sa construction. So
Good day everyone. So, laying techniques, which is a different joint finish affect weather resistance and aesthetics. So, we have a band pattern. So, in band pattern, we have two types of band pattern, which is a running band and Flemish band. So, in running band, it is a common and simple alignment, while in Flemish band, alternating headers and stretchers and beauties. So, in advanced and structural reinforcement, or reinforcement masonry, it embeds steel rebars within a concrete field course to resist a lateral forces, or which is a wind or earthquake. So it used in a high-rise or a load-bearing walls.
Confined masonry naman. Ang confined masonry ay isang uri ng construction kung saan ang pader na gawa sa hollow block o bricks ay nilalagay sa loob ng isang kahon na binubuo ng tie column, maliliit na haligi sa gilid ng mga pader. Post tension masonry. Ang post tension masonry ay isang uri ng masonry construction kung saan ang pader ay pinapalakas gamit ang mga bakal na inihigpitan pagkatapos maitayo ang pader. Ang salitang post tension ay nangangahulugang tinetension o hinihigpitan pagkatapos ng contraction.
Good evening everyone, I'm Rohanin Daud, the chosen reporter for Group 4, the title of Strategy for Restoration and Retrofitting. Strategy for restoration and retrofitting refer to the plan, methods, techniques, and interventions used to preserve and strengthen existing buildings or structures to ensure they remain functional, safe, and durable while maintaining their original form or improving their resilience. Restoration. Restoration is the process for returning a structure to its original condition by repairing, preserving, or instructing its historical or functional features without altering its original design. Retrofitting. Retrofitting is the process of upgrading or strengthening an existing structure to improve its safety, stability, and performance, especially against hazards like earthquakes, floods, and typhoons, without completely rebuilding it. Techniques are specialized methods used to mend cracks in various structures, particularly those made of concrete or masonry. Their primary goal is to restore structural integrity of the damaged material and prevent further deterioration. Purpose of crack repair techniques. Restoring structural integrity. Cracks can weaken structure, making it less stable and potentially unsafe. Repair techniques aim to reinforce these weakened areas, ensuring the safety and longevity of the structure. And another example, preventing water infiltration. Cracks allow this purpose preventing water infiltration. Cracks allow water, chlorides, and other contaminants to penetrate the material. This can lead to issues like rebar corrosion and concrete, freeze-thaw damage, and further expansion of the cracks. Sealing cracks prevent moisture intrusion, protecting the internal components and base layers. Another purpose, extending lifespan and cost effectiveness. Timely crack repair can significantly prolong the service lifelong prevents and structures, detailing the need for more expensive reconstruction or major repairs down to the road. Another purpose, maintaining aesthetic appeal. While primarily functional, crack repair also contributes the visual quality of a structure by restoring its smooth, uniform surface. Example of the back repair techniques. Different techniques are chosen based on the crack size, type, depth, and material of structure. Crack sealing and filling. Purpose, to prevent water and debris entering cracks. Crack sealing. This method involves cleaning the affected area. Crack filling, used for non-working cracks that have minimal movement. Routing and sealing. This technique involves enlarging the crack along its exposed face, routing, and then sealing it with a suitable joint sealant.
Good evening everyone, my name is Juliana Samsaraji and my topic is repointing, maintaining integrity. The definition of repointing, maintaining integrity is repointing is the removal of all damage or deteriorating mortar from between bricks or stones and replacing it with new mortar that matches the original in color and composition. This process is essential to maintain the integrity of the structure, meaning the strength, stability, and sound foundation of the entire building. Why is repointing important? The mortar acts as the glue and seal between the bricks or stone, so if it becomes damaged or cracked, it can lead to more serious problems such as the collapse or deterioration of the entire building. Through reporting, these issues are prevented and the stability and integrity of the structure are maintained. How it is done. Number 1, inspection first. An assessment is done to identify areas where the mortar is damaged or cracked. Number 2, removal of old mortar. Using specialized tools such as chisels and grinders, the deteriorated mortar is carefully removed. Number 3, prepare of a new mortar, ensuring the new mortar is compatible with the original color and strength of the old mortar. Number 4, application of new mortar. The new mortar is carefully applied to empty spaces. Shaping and number 5, shaping and finishing tools like trowels are used to create even lines and the consistent appearance of the mortar joints.
So, sustainable environment strategies. So we have 3: materials, efficiency, and passive design, and retrofitting and rescue. So, materials efficiency, ito ang paraan sa paggamit ng mga materyales sa pinakamabuting paraan. So, pwede natin bawasan ang dami ng mga ginagamit natin. at iwasan ang mga basura habang gumagawa ng mga materials o nagpapanatili ng isang bagay na dapat iwasan natin. So, yun po. So, passive design is, ito yung paraan ng pagdi-design ng mga gusali, ng like mga bintana o ganyan, or ito ay gumagamit ng likas na puwersa, like halimbawa, pagpapatayo ng bintana sa tamang direksyon para makakuha ng sapat na liwanag at hangin. Yun po. So, yung retrofitting and rescue, ito po yung pagpapaputi at pagpabago sa mga lumang gusali para gawin itong mas matibay at magtipid sa mga enerhiya. So, ito po yung tatlong ito is under po sa sustainable environment strategies dahil ito po yung mahalaga na ginagamit natin para magawa natin ng isang bagay. Yun lang po. Thank you.
So now I will continue the report. So first is historical restoration. Historical restoration is the process of preparing and preserving old buildings that have historical or cultural value. So the goal is to keep the original appearance and design while making the structure safe and strong. Ibig sabihin nito, ang historical restoration ay ang proseso ng pag-aayos at pagsasalin ng tibay ng mga lumang gusali na may halagang pangkasaysayan o pangkultura. Layunin nito na mapanatili ang orihinal na itsura at disenyo ng gusali habang ginagawa itong mas ligtas at mas matibay. Sa simpleng salita, ito ay parang pag-aayos ng isang lumang mahalagang gusali na hindi binabago ang orihinal na anyo nito. Ang pangalawa naman ay seismic retrofitting. So, it means strengthening a building so it can survive an earthquake and not collapse easily. So, bakit nga ba ito mahalaga? Mahalaga ito dahil naililigtas ito ng buhay kapag may lindol. Pinapalakas nito ang mga gusaling madaling gumuho tulad ng masonry building. So, sa pagdaragdag ng suporta nito, hindi madaling bumagsak ang gusali kaya mas ligtas ang mga estudyante, guro at lahat ng mga tao sa loob ng paaralan. Ang pangatlo naman is modern sustainable construction. So, which means this is about building structure that are good for the environment and save energy and resources. Example, a green masonry building is made using recycled blocks that are made from reused materials instead of new ones. This reduces trash and helps save natural resources. The building is also designed with passive cooling, meaning it stays cold naturally by having proper airflow, thick walls, and good window placement. So, there is less need for air conditioning. Bakit nga ba ito mahalaga? Mahalaga ang modern sustainable construction dahil nakakatulong ito sa kalikasan. Gumagamit ito ng recycled materials kaya mas kaunti ang basura dahil sa passive cooling at energy saving design, nakakatipid ito sa kuryente at mas magaan sa gastusin. Ito ay paraan ng paggawa ng gusali na maganda para sa tao at sa mundo.